Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. So for today we will proceed with 3.3, which is interval estimation. Okay, specifically for one population mean first. Okay, so you can refer your manual page 54. Okay, so before that, for one population mean there will be 3 cases, okay, that will be covered. So let's take a look into the 3.3.1. okay, for kita nak tengok dia punya formula dulu ya. Okay, so for case number 1, okay, population variance are known, okay, or if in the question you are given the value of variance or population, variance or standard deviation of the population. That's mean either sigma or sigma square. Okay, so if sigma, that is a population standard deviation. If sigma square, that is a population variance. Okay, so if you are given the value of variance or population standard deviation, so the formula that we will be used is x bar plus minus z alpha over 2 sigma over square root n. Okay, this one. Okay, this one is x bar, which is a sample mean, plus minus z alpha over 2 sigma over square root of n. Okay, so why we will use z? Because you are given the value of population variance or population standard deviation. Okay, that's why kat sini dia guna sigma, and then we use z. Okay, case number 2. When variance of population are unknown, and then the sample size is greater or equals to 30, large sample size. Okay, so the formula is x bar plus minus z alpha over 2 s over square root n. Okay, so the difference between case number 1 and number 2. Case number 2, we does not know the value of population variance or population standard deviation. Okay, we just have the information on the sample, but okay, the condition number 2, n should be large, greater or equals to 30. So the actually these two formula, kalau awak tersilap pun jawapan dia sama, tak ada beza, tak ada effect. Okay, cuma in term of notation lah, satu sini sigma, this one is s. Okay, so ingat yang case number 1 ni, kalau non sahaja, okay, regardless of the sample size, tak kisahlah dia small, greater or less than 30. Kalau kita tahu population variance or population standard deviation, we're going to use the case number 1. Okay, case number 3, sigma square are unknown or population variance are unknown, so you just have the information on the sample, and then the sample size are small, which is less than 30. So the formula is given by x bar plus minus t alpha over 2 n minus 1 times s over square root n. Okay, so yang ni kita tak tahu dia punya population variance or population standard deviation. We just has the information on the sample. So and then the sample size is small, which is less than 30. So you should use this formula. Okay, so tapi beza yang ni, kalau awak tersilap, beza ke antara case number 1, number 2 and number 3, dia akan bagi jawapan yang salah lah, sebab yang ni, perasan tak, dia guna T. Okay, sebab sample size is small, that's why we use T. Okay, so please digest these 3 cases untuk estimation for one population mean. Akan datang nanti akan banyak lagi formula yang awak akan tengok. So yang ni untuk for one population mean. So let's take a look into the example. Okay, example untuk case number 1. Case number 1, population variance known. Okay, so the formula is given by this x bar plus minus z alpha over 2 sigma over square root n. Okay, the following figures show the amount of coffee in ounce filled by a machine in 6 randomly selected jars. Okay, so you are given the raw data lah. Okay, assume a normal distribution for coffee in a jar with population standard deviation 0.22 ounce. Okay, so apa dia bagi kat sini? Population standard deviation. You are given. We know the value of population standard deviation, which is S lah. Sigma. Okay. So that's why dia jatuh dekat case number 1. Okay, so find the 95% confidence interval of the true mean. Okay, so first, what should you do if you are given this raw data set? Okay, awak kena cari the value of X bar. Okay, by using the your calculator lah. Okay, so if you still remember, okay, how to find if you are given the raw data set, kita akan gunakan mode SD. Okay, so tekan calculator awak, mode sampai awak jumpa. Okay, so kita ada com, SD and regression, right? So awak choose nombor 2, SD. Nah, ini kalau dia tak bagi value lah, dia bagi raw data, so you have to calculate the value X bar. Sometimes you have to calculate the value of variance also. Okay, so awak dah tekan 2 tadi. So now you have to key in the data. Okay, so how to key in the data? Awak masukkan data yang pertama, 15.9. Okay, and then awak tekan you click M+. Okay, M+. And then masukkan data yang kedua, 15.7. Tekan M+. Masukkan data yang ketiga, 16.3, tekan M+, 15.9, M+, 15.7, M+, 16.2, M+. Okay. So dah habis masuk, awak tekan Shift 2. So akan keluar lah. Kat sini kita ada X bar. Okay, yang kedua tu Sigma X and SX. Okay, first X bar tu adalah mean lah. Okay, yang kedua tu adalah dia punya value of population variance. Yang ketiga sample sample standard deviation. Yang kedua tu population standard deviation. Yang ketiga tu sample standard deviation. Okay, tapi yang ni kita just nak value yang X bar saja. So awak tekanlah satu X bar, kita tekan sama dengan, so kita akan dapat, dia terdarab. Shift 2 1 sama dengan 15.9. Okay, next. Okay, so our sigma is 0.229 given in the question. So you don't have to find the S, okay, ataupun standard deviation for the sample, because we know we are given the value of population standard deviation. Okay, and then alpha. Okay, so how to identify the value of alpha? Okay, kat sini dia kata find the 95% confidence interval. Okay, so the value of alpha is 1 minus 0.95. So we get 0.05 for the alpha. Okay, so since tadi dia punya formula tadi dia dah Z alpha over 2. So alpha divided by 2, 0.05 divided by 2, we get 0.025. So you should refer the table number 4. Okay, table number 4. That will give you the value of Z 0.025 is equivalent to 1.96. So you should refer table number 4. Okay, so how to calculate or to construct the 95% confidence interval? So we have already have all this value. So you just substitute into this formula. So X bar 15.95 plus minus 1.96 times sigma 0.229 over square root 6. Okay, so make sure you solve for minus sign first and then baru plus sign. Okay, sebab kalau awak buat tambah dahulu, nanti akan dapat upper limit dia lagi besar daripada lower limit. So you should solve for minus sign dahulu. Okay, so we will get 15.7668 and 16.1332. So this one is our upper limit. Lower limit. This one is upper limit. Okay, so the 95% confidence interval is given by this value. Okay, now let's take a look into case number 2. Okay, sigma squared unknown and n is large, which is greater than 30, which is example 3 lah. Okay, so nanti awak kena solvekan example 2. Okay, later on I will give the full solution. Okay, now let's take a look into example 3, which is referring to case number 2. So the formula is given by x bar plus minus z alpha over 2 times s over square root n. Okay, a study was conducted to identify the number of years taken by students to pay up their study loan after they graduate. A random sample of 30 graduate was selected and mean of 13 years and standard deviation of 4.71 years were obtained. Construct a 90% confidence interval for the mean years taken to pay up the study loan. Okay, so why this statement is considered as case number 2? Okay, because first kita tengok. First information that we have random sample of 30. Okay, 30 we consider as large lah. Okay, if start from 29, 28, less than 30, we consider as small sample size. Okay, and then the value of mean is 13 years. So 13 years ni adalah x bar kita lah. Okay, which is referring to the sample. And the standard deviation 4.71 also is referring to this sample size. So we does not have the information on the value of population standard deviation or population variance. Okay, so that's why it's fall in case number 2. Okay, so we summarize. We have x bar equals to 13. Sample standard deviation equals to 4.71 and n equals to 30. Okay, so alpha kita adalah is 0.1. 1 minus 0.9, we have 0.1. So z alpha over 2, z 0.1 divided by 2 is z 0.05. So we get the value is 1.6449. So refer from table number 4. Okay, now we can plug in all the value into the formula. Okay, so and finally we get the lower limit equals to 11.5855 and the upper limit 14.4145. Okay, so how to interpret this value? So we can see that we are 90% confidence that the mean year taken to pay up the study loan is between 11.5855 and 14.4145. Now let's take a look into after example 3 you should solve for example 4. Okay, now we look into case number 3. Sigma squared are unknown, which is population variance are unknown, and n less than 30, small sample. Okay, so we are referring to example 5. So the formula again is given by x bar plus minus t alpha over 2 n minus 1 times s over square root n. Okay, the following are the weight in decigram of 10 packages of grass seed distributed by Gracie Syndrome Berhad. Construct a 95% confidence interval for the mean of all such packages of grass seed distributed by Gracie Syndrome Berhad and explain the result obtained. Okay, again, so this one, you are given the raw data, so you have to calculate the value of x bar and s. Okay, so you just use your calculator. Okay, so yang ni why it fall in case number 3 because first kita tak tahu population variance, sigma square tak ada value, and then we just only have sample size equivalent to 10. Okay, now let's calculate the value of x bar. Okay, so saya dah key in all the data, so I click shift 2. Okay, now we want to know what are the value of X bar. So X bar is 46.26. Okay, klik lagi sekali, shift 2. Okay, now kita nak tahu dia punya value of sample standard deviation. So you should take the value number 3. Okay, bukan nombor 2. Sebab nombor 2 ni adalah population standard deviation. Okay, yang kita nak tahu adalah this standard deviation for this raw data. So kita tekan 3. So saya dapat 0.6899. Okay, so our alpha is 5%. Okay, 100 minus 95, so we get 5% divided by 100, 0.05. So T alpha over 2 n minus 1. Okay, so for case number 3, you should refer table 7, which is T test. Okay, T table lah. Okay, so T alpha over 2 n minus 1 is T 0.025, n minus 1, and kita 10 minus 1 is 9. So you will get value T 2.262. Okay, then refer table 7. Okay, so this is how the T tables looks like. Okay, so value dekat atas ni adalah value alpha kita. Kita ada 0.1, 0.05, 0.025, and then 0.01 and so on lah. Okay, now tadi kita nak 0.025. So 0.025 the third column lah. Okay, 0.025. So nak tahu yang n minus 1 tu adalah this one, value V tu ya. So kita nak 9 kan. Okay, so 9, this one 9 dan 0.025. That's why I get 2.262. Okay, now you can plug in all the information into the formula. X bar plus minus T alpha over 2. Tadi kita dapat 2.262 time 0.6899 over square root 10. So finally we get the interval, okay, 45.7665, and the upper limit is 46.7535. Okay, so how to interpret this value? So we can say that the mean of all such packages of grass seed distributed by Grassi Senja is between 45.7665 and 46.7535. Okay, ataupun boleh kata we are 95% confident the mean of packages between the confident interval yang awak dapat tu lah. Okay, now what should you do? I want you to complete example 2, 4, 6 and 7. Okay, so awak tengok betul-betul, tengok semula based on the example yang saya bagi ni. For each case saya bagi satu example kan. So try to complete another example for estimation of one population mean. Okay, nanti saya akan bagi dia punya full solution lah. Okay, so if you have any question, please ask me in the WhatsApp. Okay, I will reply as soon as possible. Okay.